we're going to leave that right there because we have to go to the A's and F's, and Luke will begin with your F.
My F goes to extreme temperatures this week. Sunday was the hottest day on record in terms of global temperatures, and then that was broken on Monday. This comes after 13 months of record high monthly temperatures. This is not good.
Lisa.
My F goes to Delta Airlines for its disastrous performance in the wake of last Friday's CrowdStrike global technological outage. Delta and its regional carrier canceled over 5,000 flights over the course of 4 days, impacting more than 500,000 travelers. Delta's problems, which reportedly resulted from its reliance on outdated crew scheduling software, continued for days after other airlines got their act together. Even Delta's pilots were complaining about being stranded.
Ben.
I agree with Lisa. I'm giving my F to CrowdStrike. I was a week from today. I was stuck as well as one of those passengers, not with Delta. But that impacted several different sectors, and that should be a red flag for us. It points out that we need to be focusing on cyber intelligence and putting things in place that it doesn't impact us this much once we have AI out of the sandbox, which we have for over a year now.
Rick.
My F goes to Aaron Gall, State Supreme Court Justice located in Oneida County, who has been suspended and is facing removal from office. Police body cam footage released this week of a graduation party show Gall repeatedly telling police that she is a judge in order to try and influence their behavior. She can also be saying that she would shoot a group of black teenagers if they were to come back to her friend's property to look for their lost keys. New York State Commission on Judicial Conduct found her behavior racially biased and improper.
A's. Luke.
My A goes to a new $10 million Navy contract awarded to Wolfspeed at the Nanotech Center in Marcy. Kudos to the elected officials, federal, state, and local, who helped to make this happen.
Lisa, your A.
My A goes to an Ohio coalition called Citizens Not Politicians, which has secured enough signatures to place on the November ballot an initiative to amend the Ohio Constitution to remove politicians and lobbyists from the redistricting process and create an independent commission, which would be required to refrain from discriminating against or favoring particular parties or individuals.
Ben.
Yeah, my A is going to go to Bloomberg for donating $1 billion a couple weeks ago to Johns Hopkins to help cover medical expenses and tuition in particular for many students. He cited a decline in life expectancy, serious shortage within the field, and so forth. So that's where my A goes.
All right, A to Michael Bloomberg. And Rick.
Melancholy A to Bob Newhart, who passed away last week at the age of 95. Highlights of his 60-plus year career include having first comedy album to hold the #1 spot on Billboard's pop album chart, two incredibly popular sitcoms, Bob Newhart Show and Newhart, which together span most of the 70s and 80s. A role in the holiday classic Elf. His low-key, deadpan delivery brought laughter into my household and millions of others for decades.
Don't forget his role on The Big Bang Theory.
Yes.
He was very good.
Yes.
Luke, you mentioned the temperatures. Your F, the record temperature. So that brings up, Harris could, of course, run on climate, too. The Inflation Reduction Act, terrible name, but it was really a climate act, and that's a big difference between her and Trump. And you also mentioned Wolfspeed, and I'm glad that they're getting a contract, and some attention. We hear about Micron all the time, and as a Utica, I'm always...
We've hired 500 employees.
Right.